There we go. Hello. Welcome to a new Tuesday Treadmill Talks. Also, the last Tuesday Treadmill Talks for a very long time to be shot on an Android because I'm switching to iOS. Yeah, we get to talk about this. I decided this has been actually not very long in the making. Not on maybe on a subconscious level, I've been thinking of switching to iOS because I started with the iPad. Well, I started with the 2013 MacBook Pro. 2015. I can't speak today or think. I started with the 2015 MacBook Pro, which has been a solid laptop. I have some issues with it. I'm actually getting ready to sell it, to be completely honest. I have the 2019 MacBook Pro, the 16-inch, the sick one, the revamped one, I should say, which was a great Christmas present. I dig that thing quite a bit. Need to use it a little more, edit on it more, which maybe at the next house I'll start doing my Apple setup as well as my PC setup. But I also have the iPad Pro, which I have used quite a bit in quarantine. I mean, honestly, that's my primary media watching unit, as well as I did some video editing on it the other day for someone, just a quick video. Someone asked me to do an edit on. I actually just did it in LumaFusion. I didn't even bother to put it in Adobe. I just did a quick, because it was just really simple. It's just, I like the iPad Pro workflow. My issue has been, though, with the iPad specifically, but also with the MacBook, not having an iPhone has made things difficult. So, for instance, if I ever wanted to edit a Tuesday Treadmill Talk that was recorded on a phone, on my Google Pixel 2 XL, which I love this phone, but this phone is dying. It's dying quite a bit. It would be, have put it in Google Drive, then I have to pull it off of Google Drive, and it's just a fucking ordeal because you're going to edit it on an iOS device or iPad OS device, because I don't edit these on a computer. Not Tuesday Treadmill Talks. And so, I don't like it. I don't like dealing with that. That's really irritating, to be completely honest. Also, I'm really starting to get into the mobile phone filmmaking that's becoming a thing. Because we're finally at a point where you can actually get really good quality off of a phone. You wouldn't know this from Tuesday Treadmill Talks, by the way, because these are the laziest videos I make. I mean, I don't even put a description in them. I should, but I don't. So there's that going on. I'm starting to come up with another film idea, a little short, another silent film. Actually silent, no narration from yours truly, just a straight up visual storytelling film, based on a photo shoot I did at the end of my fall semester that I wanted to put to video, but that didn't work out. So maybe in August this will come out. I'm going to be very tentative about that because I haven't started scripting it out. I just came up with it yesterday in the shower. I was bathing. One of my favorite pastimes. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. When you're in quarantine and you don't fucking do anything, you take solace in the things that you do that don't involve being in your room all the time or sitting. So for instance, bathing. I never thought I'd say it, but I freaking love it. It's fun. mean, granted, it doesn't take that long. It takes me, especially right now, it only takes me like 5 minutes. I also enjoy shaving even though you can't really tell right now, and shave today. There's about a day's worth. I'm thinking about growing the beard out again, which is why I haven't shaved. But I don't know. I've been enjoying shaving as well. But I've always enjoyed shaving. I mean, I should say this. I enjoy shaving when I have the right tools for my skin. I have very sensitive skin, so it took me years, like my entire teenage years, to figure out a razor system that works that's minimal on the razor rash. Because I shave my neck the most, and that's where I get the most razor rash, which is never fun. You don't like bleeding on your neck. Just saying. It's a little anxiety-inducing a lot of the time. Yeah. I really... I don't know. I enjoy I enjoy shaving. You just enjoy little things. So today I went out, got a little, this is called a rocket from my favorite coffee stand. Got my, so I was enjoying that. That's a Red Bull and a bunch of other things. I had to go to my parents' house because we share an account so I can check on the order status of my iPhone, because no one would answer my calls. Typical. But yeah, we're waiting to go back on subject. I'm basically waiting for... My parents are moving in June. They bought a house, which congratulations to them, even though they don't watch my videos. But I'm very excited for them. This is the first house they've owned since a fire took our lovely house that most of my videos were filmed in. Yeah, so it's cool that they've got their own place lined up. They'll be moving at the end of this month, I should say. And I move in mid-July, which I am really stoked about. So I'm more focused on that right now, and just simple filmmaking. Well, now I can't even say simple filmmaking, because I owe you all an apology. I promised videos on paper movies. I promised that I'm pretty sure it was paper movies. I promised that I was going to get some reviews out. Went to edit said reviews. My shotgun mic is so broken, it ruined the audio on about 6 videos. So I am now, because I was in the middle of filming stuff, because I realized I had another 3 reviews I needed to throw out there. Yeah, so I'm about 9 reviews behind, which I hate. I hate being behind on reviews when I don't have anything to do. But I can't film the reviews because the audio will be so fucking garbage, none of you will want to watch it. So I gotta wait. I ordered a new mic from Rode, an upgrade. I bought the NTG shotgun mic, which I was super stoked about, because it's everything the Video Mic Go should have been, but wasn't. Like, it feels like an actual microphone, not a plastic piece of shit. And granted, I still have the Rode Video Micro, but it just doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't look good, for one thing, on the camera, but looks are not everything. It just doesn't sound that good, which I don't expect it to sound that good, because it's a tiny ass shotgun mic that's meant to attach to a GoPro or like a phone. Like, I don't know, you can't complain too much. But with my I'm starting a different type of setup. We'll see how it goes, but I'm actually going to put some effort into Tuesday Treadmill Talk videos now. I'm going to actually attach this new shotgun mic to my new phone. And if that works out, then I'm probably going to switch something like 80% of my videos to the phone and not any other cameras. And I'll explain why. It's just I can't find a camera, like an actual camera that I like. I don't think it exists. There's at this point in time, for the budget that I'm looking for a camera, which is around $2,000, there are way too many compromises that one has to make in order to have a mirrorless setup. Because I can't buy a DSLR, because there isn't a DSLR in that range that shoots at the quality I want to shoot at and is light enough. So I have this like crazy list of things that I want on a camera, which basically there's only one camera I found that has the majority. It doesn't have everything, but it has the majority of what I want. You know, the one thing it's lacking is the autofocus. To me, is not there, which I think is an essential thing for YouTube specifically. Is you need autofocus. But yeah, it'd be the Panasonic S1H, which is a 6K camera. Granted, would I shoot in 6K? No. I don't want to edit 6K. I'll explain why. Sure, it'd be great to edit in 6K, but I don't think my computer could handle it, extreme lag. I would never be able to put it through the MacBook Pro I have, my 2019 MacBook Pro. I would literally only be able to edit the 6K footage on my desktop, and it would drag the desktop out. No thank you. I don't want that at all. Yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck that noise. But no, I don't. That's like a $4,000 body. We're not even talking lenses. Which that thing shoots on a micro Four Thirds, and I don't like that lens mount. I don't. I really don't like the micro Four Thirds. I mean, in actuality, Sony needs to get their shit together and actually make a Sony A7S III. I think that'd be a dope camera to have. Because like the A7S II is a cool camera, but it's lacking features that I think a modern mirrorless camera that's set for video primarily needs. And granted, my A6300 is doing okay. It's not terrible. It's just not great. It has to do with a couple things. Number one, no flip out screen, so I have to use the monitor, the monitor makes it just really tall, and I don't like that for my setup the way it is for filming like reviews. The other big one that really irritates me is the battery life. The battery life and the overheating, which go hand in hand. So it has these tiny ass batteries that don't hold a charge. So I'm just constantly swapping batteries. The fucking thing overheats because you're swapping batteries so much, especially in 4K. 4K, I get about 20 minutes of consistent 4K footage. 4K at 24 frames a second, by the way. It's not even 4K at 60, like my GoPro can. It's 4K at 24 frames a second. Like, what the fuck, Sony? It's just dumb. Also, Sony's whole thing of flip-up screens as opposed to flip-out. I prefer flip-out. That comes from days of shooting on camcorder. Which, this is my first camera to not be a camcorder. Like, in my entire... technically, if we go back to the JMA videos, those were shot like the early ones were shot on iPod Touch 4th generation iPod. The first one to have cameras on, first iPod Touch to have cameras on them. I don't remember if it's the first iPod to have a camera, because I want to say the Nano 5th gen had a camera on it and that came first. I know the Nano 5th gen had a camera, because I thought it was pretty dope looking. Granted, it's really a dated camera, like iPod looking thing. But I remember it was so slick and tiny and like skinny little thing. Because the Nano, out of all the iPod designs, that iPod consistently changed design, like the aesthetic look of it. And that was something I liked about the Nano, because you never knew each year what you'd get. Granted, the Shuffle did the same thing, but the Shuffle's a piece of shit. It was always a piece of shit. I remember my dad won a Shuffle, and I'm like, oh, he won garbage. He used it. My dad's always good about just using whatever he has until like it falls apart and dies. I mean, he's still using my iPod Touch 2nd gen, because I had two iPods ever, and they were both touches. I got the 2nd gen. I basically traded the skateboard, or the privilege of getting a skateboard, to get an iPod Touch. And unfortunately, my parents got me the 8 gig iPod Touch, which equals fucking no storage whatsoever for music, and we all know I'm an audiophile. So I like to listen to full albums, and I always have liked listening to full albums. So I was a CD guy, and then it just evolved from there. So I got the Touch. I had the 2nd gen Touch. Then I got it taken away. My parents took it away, and then they lost it, which was the dumbest thing. So I bought a 4th gen 32 gig Touch, because they got rid of the 16 gig. Because it used to be 8, 16, and 20, and 32. They got rid of the 16, so they had an 8, a 32, and a 64, I want to say. And at the time, I was like, 64? That's ridiculous. You don't need that much. Little did I know, my average getting a phone is a minimum of 64 gigs of storage. As a bare minimum now. Yeah, different times. But yeah, the 4th gen Touch was my first YouTube camera. Then I went to a webcam that I actually had. I bought it when HD first became a thing. It was a 720p HD webcam. And I had that until the fire. That was my only webcam I ever bought. Until my current setup, where I have that 4K one, which is really nice from Logitech. Oh, sweet, the garbage got picked up. I was so worried. Our garbage man was an hour late today. Usually picks up the garbage around 11:30. And he must have just come by, too, because it looks like no one's brought their cans in. That's the thing about my street in COVID-19. As soon as the garbage cans are dumped, people come out droves and then grab them and then drag them back in. It's the same when the mail gets delivered. Everyone goes out to the mailbox. The difference there is the mailbox is we have one big lock box with different little slots for each house. Sorry, my roommate parked on the lawn, so I'm watching him get off the lawn. There you go. So he came home for lunch. Well, it's about the time he comes home for lunch. He has both my roommates have essential work, so they've been working this whole time. But we have a bunch of vehicles at this house. I say we. I have a car and a bicycle. They have, one roommate has a truck, a car, a motorcycle, and I think he still has a quad. But granted, he may have sold the quad because he bought a totaled bike that it should have been totaled. He got a good deal on it, I guess, if you're really into building street bikes. So he's been working on that for the last month. And then my other roommate has a car and a street bike as well that he's converting to a straight dirt bike. So they're both always working on the bikes. But they also have bicycles, a hoverboard thing. We now have jet skis, which I'm not sure why. Those don't typically stay here. We don't have we live in a duplex, so there's not a whole lot of space for a trailer. So, yeah, hence why I park across the street. Like, there's no room on the driveway. No one can park in the garage. I mean, that would be hell. If one of us was parking in the garage, you have to move cars to get out in the morning. No. I'm fine parking across the street. Although at my new place, already scoped it out. I can park right by the front door. It's just nice. Like, and I think it's partially shaded by a tree, which is even better. And not by a tree that drops its leaves in the fall, which is Gucci. No leaves on my car. I already get hit with the sprinkler as is, which I think I have new neighbors here. So, anyway, that's Tuesday Treadmill Talks for this week. It's about 22 minutes. I hope you enjoy it. Hopefully I can get some live streams out to you guys. I want to do a watch along of, I think Death Wish is what I'm going to be watching. That was my roommate's girlfriend. So check that out. Also, we're trying to schedule a Legends podcast and a Backpedalers, believe it or not. So, yeah. Anyway, have a nice day.